It's match day. Play fantasy cricket now. Get up to 2.5 crores daily and lots more. 20 times more. Win big on Fan Fight. This game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
Hello and welcome to our third episode of Cricket with Aftab. And Aftab made a wish. He said he wants to see MS Dhoni. He wants to see MS Dhoni bat. He wants to see MS Dhoni perform. And look at what MS Dhoni is doing. With the bat, yes, maybe not the old MS Dhoni yet. We had glimpses, 17 of 8. But as captain, he has yet again shown why he is perhaps the tactical genius, the best in the world, mighty number of times. So Aftab, your thoughts on MS Dhoni, what he means to you, and are you happy now?
No, I'm very happy, Boria. First of all, hi again, and good to see you again. And hope all the viewers are enjoying this little banter that we are having, which is purely for the love of cricket and to entertain people. But yeah, I'm extremely happy because last week I did make a wish about MSD coming good. Of course, I had more of a wish to see him bat and hit those massive ones, which was, like you said, which we saw a glimpse in that 17 of 8 balls. It suddenly made you feel so good that, with the sound of that bat, when he hits those shots, it was just music to the ears. But yeah, I mean, of course, like you said, he's not been one of the most successful captains in the history of cricket for nothing. His mind is as sharp as ever. In fact, I even heard him make a comment in the post-match presentation about him being half a psychologist. And he said, all my life, I've been a psychologist, trying to understand people and people's minds, and which is why I use that to my advantage as a captain, which is brilliant. And of course, like you said, he uses his tactics quite effectively, which has given him the success ratio. So, I mean, full marks to him. But yeah, there's a little bit of desire that I have to see him more and more with the bat. And I'm glad that he came ahead of, I think, Sam Curran and Raidu and Jadeja and promote himself up the order. Because, I mean, the whole world, not just me, the whole world is waiting to see him, to see the old MSD, come good. I mean, it's great that he's giving everybody else a chance, especially the youngsters, and grooming them for the future, and even for now. But I think promoting himself is a great move, and a lot of people are very happy to see that, me being one of them.
आफ्ताब आपने कहा अबाउट दिस हाफ साइकोलॉजिस्ट थिंग, मैं आपको एक स्टोरी बताता हूँ एंड उसके बाद थोड़ा सा इस पे और हम लोग बात करेंगे. एमएसडी आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप लॉस 2-3 महीना बाद हम लोगों ने दिल्ली में वी कॉट अप एंड वी वर डूइंग अ प्रोग्राम टुगेदर. तो हमने वो प्रोग्राम खत्म किया. सो उसके बाद मैं नीचे बैठा था एंड दिस वाज इन द होटल लॉबी बिकॉज आई हैड टू go to the airport to catch a flight for Kolkata. So all of a sudden MS sees me and he says, "अब क्या कर रहे हो अभी?" I said, 2-3 घंटा हुआ और यहाँ लंच खाऊंगा और फिर निकल जाऊंगा एयरपोर्ट के लिए. तो he said, चलिए ऊपर चलिए, एक साथ लंच करते हैं, मेरे रूम में आइए. So I said, नहीं, I'm okay. I don't want to sort of, we've just finished the program. I don't want to disturb you. So he said, नहीं आइए बात करना है. So I said, ठीक है. So मैं गया उसके रूम में और वो आईपैड लेके वो फ्लिप कर रहे थे. तो I said, ये क्या है? He said, आइए ये फोटोज देखिए. So all these were photos after the World Cup, जब उन्होंने आर्मी ज्वाइन किया या आर्मी कैंप में गए. And some of these photos have never been seen by anyone, is what he told me.
Correct.
It was basically in a hill where he was lying down in the open at night. So it was an army camp like that. So मैंने पूछा क्यों गए तुम? So उन्होंने मेरे से बोला कि देखिए, मैं इसलिए गया क्योंकि वो वर्ल्ड कप का जो दैट रन आउट का जो थिंग वो था, मुझे उससे दूर जाना था. और मैं ना वो वर्ल्ड कप, सो आई टोल्ड हिम, एंड दिस इज व्हाई यू सेड दिस माइंड थिंग. सो आई आस्क्ड हिम, क्या आपने कैलकुलेट कर लिया था? सो ही सेड, देखिए मैं पूरा इनिंग्स जड्डू के लिए भी बैटिंग कर रहा था, खुद के लिए भी बैटिंग कर रहा था. मैं उसको भी खिला रहा था, खुद खेल रहा था. और मैं जानता था, एंड दिस वाज अमेजिंग, ही सेड मैं जानता था वो जिमी नीशम के पास जाएंगे बिकॉज उनके पास और कोई बॉलर नहीं था. और जिमी नीशम के पास जाएंगे ऑन दैट विकेट इन अ स्मॉल ग्राउंड, कितना रहेगा? 15-16 रन. मुझे 2 छक्का मारना था. जिमी नीशम को भी ये सोचना था कि वो महेंद्र सिंह धोनी को बॉल डाल रहा है. इसीलिए मैं उतना डिसअपॉइंटेड हो गया था. एंड फॉर अ सेकंड आई वाज लाइक, he had worked everything out till
Everything,
the
every
last
detail.
moment.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
so when you hear this, Aftab, thoughts?
वो इसलिए वो इतना बड़ा जीनियस है, क्योंकि वो, देखिए, हर इंसान इतना सक्सेस बिना कोई काम किए नहीं पा सकता। हर इंसान को हार्ड वर्किंग होना पड़ता है। एक 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 रोड मैप अपने दिमाग में हो जाना चाहिए, एक फॉर्मुलेट करना चाहिए कि मैं किस दिशा में जाना चाहता हूँ, उसके लिए मुझे क्या-क्या काम करना पड़ता है। तो ये इसकी खासियत ये है कि जब वो फील्ड पर भी है, इतने सारे कैलकुलेशंस अपने दिमाग में रखना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, इन दैट प्रेजेंस ऑफ दैट मोमेंट एट दैट पॉइंट, क्योंकि इतने सारे प्रेशर्स है, वर्ल्ड कप है, एंड इट्स अ नॉकआउट स्टेज, एंड इंडिया इज देयर सो मेनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस स्पेशली ऑफ एमएसडी। तो इस सारी चीजों के बावजूद अगर वो ऑन द स्पॉट ऑफ द मोमेंट ऐसे कैलकुलेशंस कर सकता है और स्पॉट ऑन कैलकुलेशंस कर सकता है, तो दैट जस्ट शोज यू द माइंड, हिज माइंड इज लाइक अ जीनियस माइंड। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली, जैसे कि जो हुआ सो हुआ, बट द फैक्ट कि इन्होंने यहाँ तक इतने डेप्थ तक उन्होंने समझा, सोचा, और अपने आप को, ही वांटेड टू ऑब्वियसली मूव ऑन फ्रॉम दैट, ही वांटेड टू हील हिमसेल्फ फ्रॉम दैट। तो ये हीलिंग बहुत उनके लिए जरूरी हुआ होगा शायद, तो इसलिए उन्होंने जो किया किया, ही हैड गॉन फॉर अ कैंप और व्हाटएवर, बट दैट्स जस्ट द वे ही इज एन एक्सेप्शन टू द गेम, एंड विच इज व्हाई जब लोग गुड होते हैं, उनको ग्रेट तक पहुंचना, ये सारी चीजें अपने लिए करनी पड़ती हैं, एंड दैट्स व्हाई ही इज अ ग्रेट स्पोर्ट्समैन।
तीसरा सवाल जो एमएस पे करूंगा, उसके बाद आई विल मूव ऑन, आफ्ताब, इज अगेन, हम लोग सब कह रहे थे कि ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ पहले 3 मैच आप देखें, रन नहीं बन रहा है, आपके पास रॉबिन उथप्पा है, आपके पास ओपनर्स के ऑप्शंस हैं, आप सैम करन को भी ऊपर लाके खिला सकते हो क्योंकि आप उनको 8 पे बैटिंग करा रहे हो, तो आप ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ को 3 मैच में रन नहीं बनाए, ड्रॉप कर दो। एमएस ने खिलाया, कॉन्स्टेंटली उसको सपोर्ट किया, एंड देखिए आप 4th मैच पे ऋतुराज गायकवाड़, दैट ब्रिलियंट। सो ये जो यंगस्टर को बैक करना, और ये आप मुझे आपके करियर से भी बोलिए, when you were coming up, how important is it when your director shows faith in your own field, when a captain is showing faith, how important is it as a youngster? Give me a sense as an achiever, and having been there, done that in a different field, but मुझे थोड़ा समझाइए।
ये बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि हम कहीं ना कहीं एक मोड़ पर न्यू कमर्स थे, जैसे कि मैं था, आप थे, कहीं ना कहीं लोग, मतलब दे ऑल स्टार्ट न्यू। तो उन लोगों को, न्यू टैलेंट को नर्चर करना, मैं समझता हूँ बहुत 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 जरूरी है, बिकॉज दैट इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ एनी एरिया, एनी फील्ड, वेदर आप फिल्मों को ले लो, या क्रिकेट को ले लो, या किसी भी अदर दूसरे फील्ड को ले लो, लाइक जर्नलिज्म और एनीथिंग। आई थिंक उनको नर्चर करना और उनमें फेथ और कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, देखिए, टैलेंट कहीं ना कहीं सबके सबके पास कहीं ना कहीं टैलेंट होता है, और वेरियस डिग्रीज में होता है। एवरीबडी इज नॉट एज टैलेंटेड एज ईच अदर, बट जब आप किसी को फेथ दिलाते हो और कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाते हो, तो वो उनके माइंड पर ही असर कर जाता है, और ये माइंड पर असर कर जाना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि जब आप फील्ड पर जाते हो या आप फिल्मों में एक्टिंग करते हो, तो आपको ये एट द बैक ऑफ योर माइंड ये विश्वास होना चाहिए कि जिन लोग मेरे साथ काम कर रहे हैं या खेल रहे क्रिकेट फील्ड पर, उनको मुझ में ये बात दिखाई दे रही है और वो मुझे बैक कर रहे हैं। ये बहुत जरूरी है, और ये बैकिंग मिलना, इट्स अ साइकोलॉजिकल टैक्टिक where it makes you tap into a certain amount of confidence which even you do not know was not there, and because of that confidence, अगर आप कुछ भी गलत भी करोगे तो भी सही निकलेगा। That is the beauty of psychologically nurturing somebody and psychologically backing somebody, because that, I feel, is the future. You have to back somebody who you believe in their talent, be in any field, to take the baton forward, to make the future a better place, because you are the present, you have been the past, and you might not be there in the future, but it's important to nurture. So coming back to what MSD has done, I think it's a great move, because he always, in fact, I think I'm even quoting him on one of these things, where he says that I always back new talent because I knew that this person is capable of delivering. Sometimes it's all a mindset, Boria. अगर आपका mind में negativity भरा हो और अनकॉन्फिडेंस भरा हो, तो आप जितना भी टैलेंटेड हो वो आप डिलीवर नहीं कर पाएंगे। लेकिन अगर आप सेमी टैलेंटेड भी हो, थोड़ा सा भी टैलेंट है, और आपको लोग कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाते हैं और बोलते हैं कि नहीं, मैं आपके साथ हूं, आप बिंदास खेले, आपको जो करना आप करिए, मैं आपको सपोर्ट करूंगा, then that small amount of talent becomes huge, because confidence is a very important word, Boria, in anybody's field. एक बहुत ही जरूरी चीज होता है कि आप कॉन्फिडेंट रहो, अपने आप में आप बिलीव करो, and that and to get a backing psychologically from somebody who's senior and who believes in a talent is a very important factor in achievers from all over. So that's what I would like to say.
Okay, चलिए दो सवाल और पूछ लेते हैं before I go to RCB and that will be the second half of the show. पहला सवाल तो actually सवाल नहीं है, आपका और मेरा एक common दोस्त on Saturday, his birthday boy, master. So
मेरा
this
तो
is
मेरा तो भगवान है, आपका दोस्त है.
so ये platform है and इस साल हालांकि birthdays different है क्योंकि COVID से बचकर आए हैं and from what he told me, we had a long chat. He said hospital में कुछ दिन tough था, बहुत tough था. In his head, he couldn't actually even process things. It got that bad. So he listened to medical advice and he's now back home. Everything's good. He has recovered. So your thoughts and what Master means to you and your wishes for him.
जिन लोगों को ये पता नहीं कि हम किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, वो एक ही है हमारे क्रिकेटिंग जगत में, और जिसका नाम है सचिन तेंदुलकर, जिसके हम सब फैन हैं और जिनको हम सब मानते हैं. Of course, it's very heartening to know that he's back home or he's recovered successfully from COVID. But उनके जन्मदिन पे मैं उनको यही विश करूंगा कि उनकी बहुत लंबी उम्र हो और सेहत उनका अच्छा हो. And he's filled with love and happiness from his family and his friends and his fans forever. Because एक complete, जैसे कि बोलता है, complete इंसान बहुत कम दिखाई देता है. He's not only the greatest, I would say, ever in the sport, but I'll also say he's a complete human being. He's a family man. He's righteous. He is benevolent. He's somebody who is, who's like someone to watch if you just want to know how to do the right thing. He's that kind of a person. He's not politically correct. He's just correct. In the way he conducts his life, and the respect he's given his mother, his family, his coach. I think it's very, very rare that you find a human being like this. And I can go on and on for the rest of the show talking about.
But give me one Aftab Shivdasani moment of Sachin Tendulkar's career that always you will never forget.
Actually, there are two moments. One is that मैं जब फिल्म एक्टर बना था तो मेरे बहुत सारे फैंस थे और उस वक्त मैंने बहुत सारे ऑटोग्राफ्स वगैरह साइन किए थे. People used to ask me for pictures also, and I was kind of a public figure and I became a film star, etc. And I clearly remember seeing Sachin Tendulkar at the CCI club sitting on the lawns, with I think a few others. Jatin Paranjpe was there maybe, and then maybe Sanjay Manjrekar. And I was a huge fan of Sachin Tendulkar. So obviously मैं भी अपने आप में एक स्टार था उस समय, लेकिन मैंने एक ही शख्स का ऑटोग्राफ लिया अपनी जिंदगी में और वो है सचिन तेंदुलकर. So instead of becoming an actor, I went up to Sachin and I said, Sachin, he said, oh, hi Aftab. And I was like, he knew my name, that's a big thing. So I went up to him and said, can I please get your autograph? Can I please shake your hand? So I think he's a lefty. So he shook my hand with the left hand and then he wrote an autograph. Dear Aftab, obviously best wishes, Sachin Tendulkar. And I think I still have that somewhere. And that has been a moment that, in spite of becoming a public figure myself, I still took an autograph of somebody whom I, hero worshipped to an extent. And that is one very special moment, I would say, in my life, which perhaps nobody knows. And this is the first time I'm saying this, Boria, on record. So it's quite a special moment for me. और दूसरा instance ये है कि जब उन्होंने अपना cricketing career खत्म किया वानखेड़े पर, उस वक्त मैं था. Or, the one wicket of Sachin Tendulkar you don't want to ever see live is when he played against the West Indies at Wankhede when he got out, when he tried to cut the shot and I think the ball went to a short third or it went into slips. And I'm not sure who was a fielder, but that fielder goes in both Galia Mili hogi. And the whole stadium, the whole Wankhede stadium was like a cemetery. It was like quiet, and then that walk from the striker's end to the pavilion, honestly, I could feel my heart in my chest, that my heart had fallen down somewhere, and I was almost welling up in tears, and the whole stadium, when you look at the whole stadium, Boria, the whole stadium was packed, Wankhede Stadium, and that was perhaps on the third day or the second day of the test match. I'm not sure what day that was. You're the encyclopedia. You'd be able to tell me what day that was.
Second day.
Second day. And those 3 days, obviously I didn't go and see the next 3 days of the test match because for obvious reasons, but I saw it on television. And that was for me, the one wicket of his that, even the World Cup wicket that I saw when India beat Sri Lanka at Wankhede again in 2011, was not as impactful as this wicket, according to me. Jab Sachin 2013 mein out hue the. And that was, when you remind yourself that that was the last time that you'll ever see the master bat in international cricket, representing the country, at least in that format, was a moment that I'll never forget. And that walk back, and you could actually hear a pin drop. in Wankhede Stadium, Boria. You could actually hear, like if I dropped a pin, I could hear it. And the whole crowd, if you just see them, they were just shaken up. And then when he exited, that's when everyone started clapping, because I think for a few minutes nobody could understand what was going on. To actually, like to actually see the little master walk off for the last time was a very emotional moment, not for me but for billions.
हम लोग एक साथ बैठे थे, मैं और अजीत. In fact, Sachin Tendulkar had given, there was a group, मैं, Ajit, Atul Ranade, that Sachin gang, if you want to call it. And he had made these special Sachin 200 t-shirts for us. So all of us would wear those, a white and a blue, and we would wear those on the days of the test match. And jab wo out hua, and Ajit and I were together, and both of us sort of were looking at each other because we were doing television work. And in the afternoon, the plan was we will go to the Taj Hotel to meet Sachin. So at 7 p.m. we went, and Ajit, the moment Ajit saw Sachin, he started telling him, yeah, but you can't play that shot next innings में, ये change कर लेना, वो change कर लेना, ये करना. एक आध मिनट के बाद सचिन उसको बोलता है, और next innings नहीं आएगा.
Oh no.
And it was so strange.
Moment of truth. Yeah.
And he said, and we discussed this 200 times, him and I, that Ajit even then was saying next inning, he said, it's over, it's done, or nahi aayega. And I've got to tell you this, when we went after the test and he had just become Bharat Ratna, there was Atul Ranade, there was Ajit, there was me. He had actually kept gifts for each of us. Rather than us giving him, he gave me dark chocolate. He had something for him. So everyone, and then he signed this ticket for me. And I said, date karo, because if I ever need to auction something and I'm completely out of funds, this is my bank balance. And the ticket is written,
Boria,
Sachin Tendulkar.
The amount of stuff that you might be having to auction, you will probably be the richest man
Trust
in
me.
India if you start auctioning your possessions when it comes to cricket.
No, it's written. Sachin Tendulkar, Bharat Ratna, 16/11/2013, 3:58 or 4:58 p.m. It's written in the ticket and it's laminated now. So I will forever keep that. So anyway,
you should perhaps in perhaps our next session, Boria, please carry it, and if you still have it, and show it to our viewers. Trust me, it's a piece of it's like a golden note.
Will do. Next week when on Cricket with Aftab, I will have to show you some Sachin Tendulkar memorabilia. IPL can wait. IPL can wait. So because we've done MSD, let's do Sachin a little bit more. So Aftab, is Sachin, and why so? I'll tell you, because 5 more minutes on the show. When this country is going through gloom and doom and negativity, the moment it's Sachin, both of us have smiles on our faces.
That's true.
Bolo, please, bolo.
I mean, वो एक ऐसा aura है जहाँ पर जिंदगी में एक बार आपको देखने को मिलता है. And just to imagine that in his entire over 2 decades of his playing career, मतलब जो impact उन्होंने create किया cricketing world पर और हर Indian पर, कि जब वो आउट हो जाते तो कितने लोगों ने अपने टीवी सेट्स बंद किया, आपको पता है? ये मतलब ये एक मीम बन चुका था कि जब वो आउट होंगे तो मतलब हम लोग टीवी बंद करेंगे, बाकी का मैच हम लोग देखेंगे नहीं. एंड आई ऑलमोस्ट फेल फॉर दैट, बोरिया, क्योंकि वो एक ऐसा शख्स है कि जिसके बगैर आप इंडियन क्रिकेट के बारे में सोचते, मतलब जिसके बगैर आप इंडियन क्रिकेट के बारे में सोच भी नहीं सकते. वो ऐसी हस्ती है. सो आई थिंक ही वाज अ वंस इन अ लाइफ टाइम फिनोमिनन. And like I said, इसके पहले he's a complete human being, not only just a greatest sportsman, but he's a complete human being. And that reflects even on his game. मतलब मैंने कितने भी पंगे उनके साथ हुए, जैसे कि ग्लेन मैग्रा का हो गया, शोएब अख्तर का हो गया, वसीम अकरम का हो गया, on the field I'm saying. And not once did you ever see him react. You only saw his back talking. And that is the greatness of, because everybody is human at the end of the day. सबको इमोशंस फील होता है और सबको ये चाह होती है कि मैं उनको मतलब कुछ बोलूं वापस और उनको मतलब जवाब दे दूं. But this man's resilience and this man's willpower, I can just go on, Boria. इसका एक 1.5 घंटे का शो लगेगा आपका अगर मैं सचिन के बारे में बोलना शुरू करूंगा, लेकिन आपको पता है कि वो किस तरह का phenomenon है. But he holds a very special place. But before I don't manage to, I would like to wish him a very, very happy birthday, Sachin. May God bless you with all the happiness and the great health and a long life. And, you stay safe and you continue being the inspirations for billions of people worldwide.
Okay, so one more story from me and then I'll take one more from Aftab, because we drifted. we drifted, but this is one special week. Sachin Tendulkar never happens or will never happen. So you mentioned these bowlers. Okay, and you are from the same city. So let me give you a funny one. So 2012 IPL, and we are talking IPL predominantly. So his last shot in the IPL is a six. Right? So he hit that and he said, I realized something has snapped. So he called Nitin Patel out, and Nitin Patel said, no, theek ho jayega. He said, no, I understand my body really well, and I think ye muscle to gaya. So then he had to eventually operate. Now, after the operation in London, where you are, and he comes back to Mumbai, and he says कि मुझे training start करना है क्योंकि West Indies tour आ रहा है तो मुझे training start करना है. So Sachin being Sachin, so वो आपका जो Mount Mary Church है, apparently the road there is steep next to Mount Mary Church. So he calls Atul Ranade and Faisal Sharif, his two friends, and says cycling करेंगे. So Faisal says मुझे नहीं करना है, मैं नीचे बैठ के चाय पी रहा हूँ, तुम जाओ. So Atul Ranade being a comrade in arms, so he said ठीक है. So Atul is saying मैं आधा रास्ता गया और ये पूरा ऊपर पहुंच गया ये सचिन, and full on, and then he said और एक बार करते हैं. So Atul said मुझे नहीं करना है, तुम करो. So he said नहीं एक बार तू आस्ते आस्ते आ. So Atul says by the time I was going 1/3 वो पहुंच गया है, and then मैं जब पहुंचा there's nowhere, Sachin is nowhere. So देखिए आदि आदमी कहाँ गया. Then he says वहां पे एक roundabout है और वो roundabout के सामने he's flat on the road lying with his hands spread out like this. He has no sense. उसका he's unconscious. So Atul Ranade सोचा यार 5:30 बजे मॉर्निंग मुंबई सचिन तेंदुलकर रास्ते में ऐसा पड़ा हुआ है, अगर कोई देखेगा ये क्या हो रहा है, मर तो नहीं गया. So he says मैं भाग के I got a leaf, a coconut leaf, and I started doing this like a Maharaja. कि गुरु आजा, वापस आजा. So he says after a while he woke up and he said, no, the blood has come here, so get me to lie down. So Atul says I saw an auto about 50 meters. So वो भाग के auto को बुलाया and made Sachin lie down on the back. So the auto fellow said 6 a.m. in the morning, who is this idiot? What is he doing? So he said जल्दी आ.
If only he knew.
वो आया, जब वो आया उसको देख के उसको लगा ये क्या है. So Sachin Tendulkar को ऐसे उठा के उस ऑटो के पीछे रखा, the back seat, and then they gave the auto fellow some money. He said भाई मुझे कोई पैसा वैसा नहीं चाहिए, मेरे ऑटो में भगवान चढ़ चुके. So it is
भगवान खुद मेरे ऑटो में आके बैठ रहा है, मुझे और कुछ.
So when Sachin told me this story, I'm like यार क्या बोल रहे हो. So anyway, so that was my Sachin story for the
funny,
day.
But I'll tell you this will be
you close it out now.
No, this will be a fantastic anecdote for all the people who are watching and all the Sachin fans. And if he perhaps also sees this, I'm sure he will go down memory lane and have a few laughs about this anecdote. But it's a really special anecdote, Boria. Like I said, he's an aura, he's a phenomenon. और वो I can just imagine उस रिक्शा ड्राइवर का mindset क्या हुआ होगा उस समय, and he must have thought कि मेरी तो लाइफ बन गई कि भगवान खुद मेरे ऑटो रिक्शा में आके लेटा हुआ है और मैं उसकी मदद कर रहा हूँ, तो मतलब he himself should get an award.
आप इंग्लैंड में हो, हम लोग जब अलग रहते हैं when we are traveling, सब खुद का काम, everyone does their own work. So Sachin Tendulkar 1992 for the first time was living abroad, so thought that he had learned to operate the washing machine. So सोचा कि washing machine में ज्यादा अगर आप सोप देते हो तो क्लीन ज्यादा होता है. तो सोप डाल के घर से निकल गया, जब घर आया तो whole house was full of foam. So that was Sachin Tendulkar in 1992.
But let me tell you, Sachin, I hope when you watch this, and if you watch this, you're going to have a great laugh on to see two of your biggest well-wishers and fans amongst people who really care about you, sharing such beautiful anecdotes about you. But yeah, I guess this has become a Sachin Tendulkar special, and for his birthday, nothing better than paying respect to somebody whom we adore so much.
Absolutely. I'll close it on this note. Next week we'll be back to the IPL. But
let's talk about the IPL as well.
we will. But for this week, I loved it. Aftab Shivdasani and me. Completely self-proclaimed Sachin Tendulkar fanatics. So we had a great time. And if anyone listens to this, you will have a smile on your face. Sachin, I'll send this to you. I'm sure you will listen to this. So I'm going to send this to you and Anjali. But Aftab, stay safe. Stay well.
Thank you, Boria.
And next
You
week
too,
we'll
Boria.
be back to the IPL. Thank you very much for your
Thank you.
time.
Thanks. Take
Thanks.
care, Boria. Lots of
Bye.
love.